Happening now, questions about New York's handling of COVID-19 in nursing homes keep coming. More there in just a bit. Plus, the latest on an overnight blaze in Chautauqua County.
Well, some lake effect snow has been coming across the area this morning, and that's going to continue through the day, but the bitter cold wind chills continue. We'll talk about it next. The News at Noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Friday. I'm Justin Gould. Chautauqua County fire investigators are now looking into what caused an overnight blaze here in Forestville. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says a total of 16 different departments from across several areas were called to the fire on Ball Hill Road in the town of Villanova just before midnight. The massive response, crews say, was because of cold temperatures and a lack of water to help fight the flames. Well, the departments worked throughout the night and into this morning to quell the blaze. All occupants of the home were able to evacuate without injuries. Police say the investigation remains ongoing there. We, of course, will continue to follow this for updates and provide them on WNYNewsNow.com once more information becomes available. Well, meanwhile, State Senator George Borrello is calling on investigation by the federal government into what New York's Attorney General's office is calling an undercounting of COVID-19 deaths in nursing homes. Borrello spoke with WNY News Now during an interview this morning. Now, if you remember yesterday, Attorney General Letitia James says the deaths were undercounted by as much as 50%. The Republican senator explains that New York's strategy in accounting for COVID-19 deaths is different compared to the rest of the country.
New York State was the only state to account for those deaths in that manner. Whether or not the AG can get to the bottom of it, I don't know. I think that the AG has, pointed out a serious defect and flaw. Now I think it's up to the federal government to do a thorough investigation. So I'm calling on a federal investigation of this situation.
Borrello says that the Department of Justice needs to step in for an independent investigation, which he says will likely receive bipartisan support. Well, in response to concerns from county health officials, Section 6 has agreed to move wrestling from a fall schedule to a spring. Health officials from all 5 Section 6 counties sent a joint statement of concern to that group, urging the postponement amid the pandemic. Section 6 President Brent Baker says the move is being implemented to protect students and athletes from the canceling of the fall season altogether. He says he knows the move will conflict with some other spring sports, which could cause a multi-student sport student to only compete in one of them, but he says the committee is grateful for the option to move the schedule. The committee is not allowing spectators currently, but will reassess that decision on February 22nd based on the pandemic numbers at that time. Well, one of our local police departments made an 11-year-old's birthday when they threw him a surprise parade this month. And now, as our Claire Galt explains, this video that they posted on Facebook is now going viral.
A video of Jamestown police wishing an 11-year-old happy birthday has gone viral. The video, posted to the Jamestown Police Department's Facebook page earlier this month, has reached over 2.2 million people, all helping cheer on Levi Blakesky. Blakesky, who has special needs, loves the police. So City Councilman and retired Jamestown police officer Jeff Russell contacted the department to help arrange a birthday parade for him.
He loves the police and was not shy whatsoever. He got a present and a balloon, and he seemed to have a blast.
That's Jamestown police officer Matthew Reinhart, who helped arrange the parade. He says the department does these parades often, and at times kids can be a little unsure, but that was not the case with Levi. When the youngster learned about the video going viral, he was shocked, saying it made him feel
happy. Then I didn't know there was people gonna look at that video. Then now, what's it called? My dad, grandpa, grandpas. Shannon and Florida.
And now all he wants to say is,
thank you.
Levi's mother, Casey Blakesky, says she was shocked to see so much attention to the clip online.
We knew about the parade, and so we didn't think much past it. When he was very excited, but then just to see it shared and viewed so many times, we're amazed at how many people have seen it, because there's been people, we've gone places and people that we don't even know have seen it or recognized him.
Levi also got a chance to meet the department's new comfort dog, Hope, and try on some SWAT gear while touring the police station this month. Claire Galt, WNY News Now.
Oh, Claire, thank you. Such a great story to end off this week. We thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Absolutely incredible that Levi's wishes could be made, and we just want to wish him a very happy birthday and wish him well now that he's becoming quite the social media influencer out there, thanks to Jamestown Police's Facebook page. And if you haven't noticed, police have been adding a lot more content to that page, so they stay tuned, because they will continue to update the community as to what the department is doing out and about, whether it's the awesome new police dog Hope or Levi's birthday. They certainly have a lot of great videos on there, so if you can, go over and check it out. Great to see Sandy, good to see Marcy, Heather, Joanna, Joseph, and Peggy. Happy Friday to all of you. We appreciate you joining us. Well, now let's move on over to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a first look at our weather. And Dakota, that story is so amazing. Levi, I think, touching so many people.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I haven't actually seen the full video yet, so I do plan to go back and watch that, especially I think after lunch or maybe during my lunch, I'll actually watch that, and that'll get my spirits up a little bit, because it's pretty dreary out there. 21 current temperature in Mayville, and you can see the clouds around out there. Now the radar shows you we've had a few of these little light scattered snow showers moving across the southern tier. That is going to continue through the day today, as we're still seeing a lake response coming off Lake Erie with a north to northwest wind. So that is going to continue through the day. And there's actually been a little meso-low that occurred up in Niagara County, and this actually is kind of responsible for this burst of snow up across the Niagara frontier. I'm ready for the weekend. 20 here in town now, 21 Mayville, 22 Fredonia, but it's been a whole lot colder than that when you factor in the wind right now. We 18 yesterday, we started 12, 58 and 16 below zero are the record highs and lows for this date. So through the afternoon, basically scattered lake effect snow showers are going to continue. It's going to remain very cold, and the wind chill values likely 5 below zero to 10 above. That's likely where we're going to range today. About 1 inch or less of snow, 14 to 24, with a healthy northwest wind. And the wind chill is going to remain bad tonight through early tomorrow. Then temperatures rebound a little bit as we go into next week. We'll talk about it in a few. Justin.
All right, Dakota certainly got to bundle up if you're out there today. Thank you. Well, Congressman Tom Reed is charging that Governor Andrew Cuomo dropped the ball by knowingly overwhelmed the state's COVID vaccine delivery system. Reed now calling for the federal government to take over the state's vaccine program, with FEMA and the National Guard stepping in. He also says the state's computer system is decades old and has not been maintained, and that New York has gone past the point of no return.
That is also why I am the first Republican that came out last week and supported President Biden and saying, at least in New York, I am for full federalization of taking over New York's distribution program, because they have completely dropped the ball. And by that, what I mean is that the state distribution program needs to be run by federal resources such as FEMA and the National Guard.
He says Cuomo knew the state was receiving 400,000 vaccines and yet placed 7,500,000 people on the vaccine reception list, and then lied by blaming the federal government. Reed also challenged President Biden to help deliver 200 million doses within the next 100 days. Well, U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand announced yesterday that she, along with U.S. Representative Antonio D'Angelo, will be reintroducing the Rebuild Rural America Act. The legislation says the act would deliver federal resources directly to rural communities as they respond to and now recover from economic crises caused by COVID-19. Both officials spoke during a Zoom press conference yesterday. Gillibrand saying that the legislation is crucial for the needs of communities like those here in Chautauqua County.
We must ensure that these communities have the resources they need to address unique challenges they face. Too often, rural communities can't access the federal grant and other public resources that could help them solve these problems because they don't have the same economic development organizations. They don't have the grant writers or the lobbyists so that the larger communities can afford and have. So one size fits all nature of federal programs are not always a good fit for those community specific needs.
The bill, according to Gillibrand, would create a new $50 billion grant program, the Rural Future Partnership Fund, to provide non-competitive 5-year renewable block grants to certain regions. Gillibrand and her colleagues previously introduced similar legislation in both the Senate and House in 2019, but the bills died in committee. Next, we have a lot more to tell you about on this Friday. There could be a little bit of a rain cloud coming up in your future. We'll tell you about that next in our Pet of the Week segment. It has nothing to do with weather. But first, an update on a fire that killed several animals yesterday here in Chautauqua County. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this Friday.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Remember when you were a kid, huddled around the television waiting for your school to close? Well, we don't get snow days. When winter weather hits, count on the First Defense Weather Team for a look into the future where the snow is headed next. Live radar showing you the scope of the storm, and real-time reports from the field. So when it matters most, stay with First Defense Weather.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. Several animals died in a garage fire on Big Tree Road in the town of Busti yesterday afternoon. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Fire Investigation Team says the blaze, which broke out just after 1:30, likely started from combustible materials in close proximity to an unattended wood stove. Deputies say the garage housed several rabbits and 8 goats, all of which did not survive. Fire dispatch reports indicate smoke and flames were showing from the structure when crews got on scene. It appears no one was home at the time of the blaze. Busti, Lakewood, and Kyantone departments were all dispatched there. A new report outlining effects of speed can have on crash is raising new concerns about driver safety. AAA released the report this week after using dummies to conduct crash tests. Tony Spada, he's the CEO of AAA Western and Central New York, says that going just a few miles over the speed limit has drastic consequences.
At 40 miles per hour impact speed, there was minimal intrusion into the driver's space. But at 50 miles an hour, just 10 miles an hour more, there was noticeable deformation of the driver's side door opening, the dashboard, and the foot area. And then 6 more miles per hour, at 56 miles per hour, the vehicle interior was significantly compromised. The dummy sensors registering severe neck injuries and the likelihood of fractures to the long bones and in the lower leg.
The group partnered with Callspan Corporation in the study. Well, healthcare is at the forefront for the Biden administration. This as lawmakers continue to push a COVID-19 stimulus deal. Daryl Forges says the latest from Washington for us.
Another day, another stroke of the pen.
It's been a busy week.
President Biden signing a round of executive actions, this time on healthcare. The actions, in part, reopen enrollment on the Affordable Care Act exchanges, allowing some uninsured Americans to access Obamacare policies, while also providing federal assistance to pay for health care.
Of all times that we need to reinstate access to, affordability of, and extent of access to Medicaid is now, in the middle of this COVID crisis.
As President Biden continues to use his executive powers, negotiations between the White House and Congress continue for Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID stimulus package.
Got a lot to do, and the first thing I got to do is get this COVID package passed.
President Biden wanting bipartisan support, but many Republicans say the bill is too big.
We have a 50-50 Senate. We have a House that is very narrowly divided at this point. You know, that should really be a mandate for moving to the middle, but that's not what we have going on now with this large proposal.
I'd support trimming it very narrowly, but it really cannot be delayed. We have a window of days, not weeks.
To quickly pass COVID relief, Democrats may push the bill through the reconciliation process, but Democrats will have to be fully united. It's an option House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she'll use if bipartisan talks continue to stall.
I hope we don't need it, but if needed, we will have it.
In Washington, I'm Daryl Forges.
Daryl, thank you. In addition to President Biden's executive actions, he's also signed a presidential memorandum reversing the Trump policy of restricting tax money for abortion clinics, both in the U.S. and abroad. Well, get ready to give your brain a little workout because today is National Puzzle Day. Take your pick: jigsaw, crossword, trivia, word searches, brain teasers, Sudoku, they all count. There's a lot of options to help improve your memory, cognitive function, vocabulary, and language, as well as problem-solving skills. You can mark the day by, well, doing a puzzle with a friend, that's pretty obvious, or you can challenge yourself with a type of puzzle you've never tried before. Don't forget to share your photos with us on social media using the hashtag National Puzzle Day. Certainly, what a great day for it, too, because it is cold out there. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section and down below. Great to see you, Michael. Good to see Laurel, Jennifer, Cindy, Willie, Ted, Lisa, Jordan, Pete, Linda, Gordy, and Denise. We appreciate all of you joining in. I'd count all of your names, but I'd probably be here all day. Let's now get to that weather forecast because Dakota, it is like it's the Arctic out there. This morning I woke up and my car, I have remote start, which works normally. But for some reason, when it's really cold, it doesn't work. I probably should actually get somebody to check that out. But I went out and started the car manually, made sure everything was good, and then I cleared off the snow. And it was so cold that the snow was frozen together and I could just push it right off the windshield. It was incredible.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the kind of day it's going to be today and especially into early tomorrow. Let's go in there and take a look at it. I wanted to start off with the DoubleTree camera to start off with because I wanted to show you the current conditions. Yeah, we're up to 20 degrees right now as of noon hour, but look at this healthy northwest wind of 14 miles per hour and this wind gust. Look at what it does to the wind chill. This is just the sustained wind speed, what it does to the wind chill. 7 above 0 right now is what it feels like. And when you get that wind gust to 23, man, it's going to feel a whole lot colder than that. And it's going to remain that way through the day into tomorrow. Here are the forecasts. Wind chills for the city of Jamestown. We're going to likely go down to about 4 degrees by 2 o'clock. Then we should be in the negative digits, especially tonight. Tomorrow we're going to start frigid, and then we should start warming up a little bit as we go into the later part of Saturday as the wind ultimately starts to die down. But tonight you're going to expect wind chills likely below 0 in many spots, especially in the valley locations, as often you get colder down there. So the radar shows you just these few little spurts of lake effect snow. This isn't a whole big deal, but you can see where there's some darker returns here, the darker blue the heavier amounts of snow, but it's used figuratively. We're not going to see 5 inches of snow today, but you could see at least a quick inch or so of snow before the lake effect snow cuts out. There's that little mesolow across the Niagara frontier that I mentioned earlier. Mesolows are actually very interesting. Mesolow is a localized area of convection. Simply, that's what it is, and they're actually very interesting to see on radar. So Future Scan takes you through the day. You'll see a few of these snow showers, especially coming our way this afternoon. Now, it's not showing here, but tonight there could be a few snow showers into early tomorrow morning. The snow cuts out for tomorrow, and Sunday, we'll see our next chance for at least a little bit of precipitation going into next week. So future snowfall accumulations, yeah, likely about an inch or less. That'll pretty much do it. This goes all the way through tomorrow as well. So not a big deal there. But hey, the snowfall, as I told you yesterday, we've been getting these bursts of snow. So the last week we had snow every day. Yesterday we added 1 inch officially at the airport. Today we're at 1.4, I believe, is what the airport currently is gauging. The official number later today, so we have 13.9 inches officially of snow at the airport. So zone forecast, the inland areas today, oh my goodness, you're really going to have to bundle up out there. We're staying in the freezer, but it's going to feel a whole lot colder with that wind. Now, in high definition, the next 7 days, coming up right now, brought to you by 42 degrees and sunny. 22 tomorrow, just cold and flaky. A few scattered snow showers Sunday, 27. Again, we're watching a coastal storm from Monday, and that could brush us with some snow, 30 degrees. More clouds on Tuesday. Wednesday could see some partial sunshine, upper 20s, and then we're back into the mid 30s as we go into Thursday with a few snow showers. We'll take a break and be right back. Don't go away. First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smoking deals on smoking accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
Whether it's advice on managing your anxiety or tools to help you stay grounded, Coping-19 provides a range of resources and self-care tips to help you cope with this pandemic. We can help. Find the resources that work best for you at coping-19.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. In an effort to help animals find their forever home, we're partnered with the Chautauqua County Humane Society in my favorite segment, the Pet of the Week. Joining us live is Brian Papalea to talk more about this week's featured furry friend. Happy Friday, Brian. Good to see you.
Happy Friday, Justin. Yep, we have Rain Cloud here. She's a 2-year-old Duluth calico, and she's Duluth because you can see instead of having that orange, she has kind of a gold color to her. She gets along with other cats, as you can see, because there's a bunch here in the colony, and she loves attention. Yesterday, we spent some time with her up at the radio station, and she was even letting people give her belly rubs, which is pretty good for some people she'd never met prior to that experience. So she's definitely a lover, and she's looking for a home.
Yeah, certainly, and it looks like she's quite the cat too. Yeah, I imagine that a lot of people out there who are maybe looking for a cat, would you say if they're a first-time animal owner, you think she would be a good fit for them?
Oh, she would be fantastic because she's so laid back and friendly. Yeah, she would be an awesome first-time adopter for a first-time adopter.
Yeah, certainly. And amazing coat. Is that a rare to have a coat like that?
No, we have two of them here. We have a cat named Hard Island who also has that kind of Duluth color to her. For people that want to meet her, she'll be at the mall tomorrow from noon to 4. We have another one of our adoption events. So they can come meet, fall in love, and adopt her there. I'm going to put her down. She's getting a little antsy.
Yeah, certainly. And that's the thing with our feline friends is sometimes they do have a little bit of a mind of their own. They want to give you love, and then in this case, a little thirsty out there. I certainly don't blame her there. So tomorrow they can check you guys out at the Chautauqua Mall. And of course, again, the website, chhuhumane.org, you can go and learn more about her and then any of the other furry friends that you have there. I know, obviously, now you're in the cat colony. How is she with other cats? I know I asked about first-time animal lovers, but if someone did have a household where maybe they had other cats or even dogs, has she done well?
Yeah, I think she would do very well with that. It's just a lot of it comes down to proper introductions. You want to take those introductions slowly. Have a room to kind of isolate her as she's the new cat to the house, and they'll kind of get used to the scents and stuff through the door. And then usually it takes about 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks, they'll have that time where they got integrated and everything would be good. There might be some scuffles. I know we've had 2 cats that lived together for 6 or 7 years, and they tolerated each other. So, there's always the potential, but that's the best way to do that introduction.
Right, absolutely. And I imagine before any adoption is official, that your group would work with someone, say they had another cat or even a dog, and try to make sure that they at least can cohabitate okay.
Yeah, not only before the adoption and during the process, but we're also available after that process. We encourage people to keep the conversation going. So if they have questions or something happens behaviorally, we would love to help them keep that pet in the home rather than having to surrender it back. So those services are always available to people.
Yeah, certainly. So, Brian, thank you so much for tuning in and joining us today. And again, we remind you, if you want to learn more about our friend Rain Cloud here or any other residents of the shelter, all you have to do is contact the Chautauqua County Humane Society. You can do it via telephone if you want it, 716-665-2209, or you can visit chqhumane.org. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com, and we remind you, when you're on the go, you can simply stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We'll leave you with this live look over downtown Jamestown. You're going to want to bundle up today because it is a little snowy and blowy out there. Dakota and I are back Monday live here at noon. We hope you can join us then.